It is Thursday, February 12th, 2015. Welcome, everyone, to episode 23 of the OG Cast, your clan podcast for the original Guardians. My name is Mike. You can catch me on Xbox Live. I am mikerocksmore. We're trying the video feed again. Hopefully this works out a little better this time. What we're watching here is our latest hard mode through Crota, courtesy of yours truly there. So, admittedly, not my finest gameplay. I die a few times here, but we get her done, and overall it's a pretty good run. So hopefully it comes through nicely, and hopefully you enjoy. And with that, let's get to the panel for the week. First off, we got Nick. How's it going this week?
Hey guys, NastyDestroyer here. It's going good. Finally got evolved from GameFly, so pretty stoked about that.
Heard a lot of mixed reviews about that.
The power creep is real, dude. I can't believe. I feel like I'm playing Destiny, like in the evacuation scheme of things. Like it just takes so much. I'm gonna probably have to play 50 games of evacuation before I can max out one character. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's definitely fun and different. So I'm having fun with it. I only got to play a couple hours. So.
So far, so good, though?
Indeed. I'm ready to get back in there and go now. Alright, see you. Just kidding.
Not so fast. Next up, we've got Keith. How are you this week?
Not too bad. Sorry I couldn't catch the cast last week. I wasn't feeling too well and ended up just going to bed early.
Been there.
I'm just hearing excuses. That's all I'm hearing. So.
That's good.
Well, good to have you back.
Yeah, good to have you back, bro.
Next, we got a newbie, one of our new PlayStation admins. Everybody, say hi to Shawn. Welcome.
Hello, Shawn.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man? Stefan's been telling me a lot about you, so.
Oh, well, I'm flattered.
It's all good things.
That's good, that's good.
So, yeah, guess you've been running with him for a while, and
yep,
been doing the raids together and stuff like that, and trying to build up on the PlayStation side over there.
Yeah,
for OG.
trying, man, trying.
Yeah, I feel you. Definitely. Oh,
Why don't you
glad
tell us
to
a
have
little
you,
bit
man.
about yourself there?
Thanks, man, appreciate it.
Yeah, give us a biography. Doesn't have to be lengthy.
Alright.
Yeah, you got anything to, like, where you from? I mean, it got to be personal. Like, what's your favorite game?
Just right now, just picked up that Evolve, starting to play that. I play, Destiny, all them games. I'm big into sports as well, so.
Right on.
I live in,
Madden?
oh, of course, dude. Of course.
Love Madden.
Man, I put it on Stefan, so. You don't really. it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But
he's like, no, we ain't playing that no more.
I live in the Sunshine State, and I'm from Columbus though, so.
Right on. So you actually know Stefan in real life, or?
No, I know his cousins.
Oh, I got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've known Stefan for years. We're high school buddies, and
Gotcha.
Stayed in touch. So that's cool. So, like, how old are you? Where'd you get your start at in the games? Like,
well, I'm 24. Man, I've been playing games probably since PlayStation 1.
Right on.
I went over to Xbox for a little bit with the 360 Elite, and just didn't really have a lot of friends that played 360, so I came back to PlayStation, but thinking about getting an Xbox One so I can just have both, and probably do most of my shooter games on Xbox.
Yeah, I can totally understand that.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the FPS for Xbox, so I don't have a PS4, but
Yeah.
This is what it is.
So. Yeah, I mean, everyone has their everyone has their own things where they like, each system. Me, I don't really care because I just use my system for games, so it don't really matter about me the extra stuff. So it is what it is.
I don't.
Yeah,
Well, yep.
for me, it's mainly the controller. Man, the controller just I love the Xbox controller,
Right.
especially for shooters.
Yeah.
I'm with
I've heard
Keith
good
on
things
that.
about the PlayStation controller, at least the DualShock 4 on the PS4. I've heard good things about it. It is a big improvement over the old PS3 controller, just in that size. And
Yeah.
but
Didn't
I
they
haven't tried one myself yet. So.
didn't they slim down the Xbox One controller a little bit, or they tweaked it in some way?
Yeah, it's a little smaller. It's a little slimmer, a little sleeker. Overall,
Yeah.
it is very much the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do quite like it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, welcome aboard.
All right. Appreciate it.
Let's get started here, and I'd like to start off this week with a little chat about expectations, because this has kind of been rearing its head a lot lately over the last few months, with a whole bunch of new releases, botched releases, and all that. And basically, what led this up, and I'll just use Destiny as the example. This came up in the chat about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. That that what we were kind of promised with Destiny from the beginning didn't really seem how it panned out. And seeing as Bungie has this this big history with Halo and quality product that they've done, people I think had higher expectations for Destiny than what has actually panned out. So I'd like to get you guys' opinion on this. Like, are we expecting too much from our games these days, or what do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I think that expecting a solid launch with a story isn't too much to ask. Whether that's Destiny and the lack of story content, or whether that's Halo with the lack of functioning multiplayer. I don't think players are demanding too much. I think that it's it's a shift of the mindset of publishers. With the ability to just push patches on day one. It's instead of delaying the game to fix it, it's push it out and then fix it with a day one patch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No comment.
No comment. What are you worrying about, offending somebody?
I don't know, man. I'm just tired of, to me, it feels like I'm beating a dead horse every time I open my mouth about how video games are not meeting the expectations of what they should be. I mean, I like every title I've picked up so far has been pretty disappointing for the next gen console. I mean, in some ways, not all. I mean, obviously we binged on Destiny for too much straight. I haven't played it for quite a while, and there's other games that I binged on and played, but just there's not. I don't know, like the replayability is there, but it's just such a grind anymore. Just like I'm taking Evolve for an example. I mean, I just started playing the game, but I can already see that the uphill battle there is, and they want you to invest 200 hours plus into a video game, and there's just so many other titles that are coming out that I want to try. I don't want to, let my time sink into just one video game, and especially one that, is basically requiring you to make it a job to play this game. It just, it's the way it felt like with Destiny. It's the way it felt like with what's the other game I'm talking about? Any games right now that are coming out seem to be like that. I mean, Evolve is an example. You could sink hours and hours into any video game, but it's almost like it's a requirement anymore to sink that much time into games. So I don't know. It just irritates me.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of like the unlocks and things that we see in Evolve and even Call of Duty and things like that are artificial progression. So they're not really necessary to make the game fun and enjoyable, and but they feel like they're just tacked on in order to make it feel like you have to force like a drive to keep playing.
Well, let me give you an example of like Evolve. Like, it's completely different from what I've seen in this power creep with the games that you're playing. It's you pick one character, you get a starting character for each role in the game, and then you have to max that character out in order to get the second character. There's 3 characters for each role.
Yeah.
So that's 12 characters, and I mean you got to max out any of the ones in order to get to the next one. So it's just like I see the uphill battle. I mean, I played it for several hours today. I mean, I did spend a lot of time in the tutorial because I wanted to get those gold ranks for the tutorial speed time, which I did. Pretty awesome. But I mean, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours into doing these evacuation missions in the beginning, which is supposed to be like their campaign, but it feels so much like Titanfall right now. It kind of makes me sick. But it's all like progressive campaign. There's no like real story behind everything. You just either kill the monster or the monster kills the people, and it's I don't know. It's kind of dumb. But yeah, I mean, the elaborate storylines, like we were promised in Destiny, I think have got me so disappointed in anything I've been playing recently that it's hard to get behind those kind of campaign games. But, yeah, I mean, the power creep is real. I mean, seriously, hour and a half, and I'm level 3 with one character. I mean, it is, like...
that's not... You keep saying that, the term power creep. I mean, that's not what power creep is. I mean, it sounds like you're talking about, like, a grind.
Well, to me, that I mean, it is a power creep, right? I mean, you have to creep along to get new powers and new abilities, and...
Well, power creep is something that's typically
What's your favorite word? Explain it to me.
It's typically used in a way to describe like when like kind of it's this artificial progression. So like for example in WoW or whatever, if you have a 50 level cap and you have a sword with that does 10 attack power or something, power creep is something that forces you to like they will increase the level cap just so you can get a 12 right. sword just to attack somebody else. So it's kind of like a stat creep, so it makes it like they're constantly increasing the numbers to make you feel more powerful, but you're facing other powerful enemies that are the same level of challenge. You know what I mean? So
that's exactly what I'm trying to say, though. I mean, that's exactly what I am doing, because as you progress with your assault rifle, it gets better, and then you can kill the monsters faster. Like I did the first evacuation. You have to do 5 days or whatever. You pick 5 different matches. Monster kicked my ass 3 out of the 5 matches. I mean, it's a really hard game in the beginning because you have to creep along and get your stats up and get your different abilities, and I mean...
Yeah, I mean, that just means it's a grind. It's not
a
power.
We'll go with grind then. That's fine. It's a fucking grind. Right? So, yeah, I whatever. It's a grind. It's killing me, like... And I've only been playing 2 hours, and I just realized the uphill battle I have, and, I got, what is it? Dead or Alive comes out next week. Week after that, or 2 weeks after that, it's Hardline, and there's a couple other games out, and I mean, you can't have a life and play video games and go to work. So, yeah.
Do you think you'll be dropping Evolve sooner than you expected?
Yeah, that's unfortunately where I'm going with it. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna have fun with it. Probably binge on it for a week or 2 and get rid of it. Just like, I mean, GameFly is my savior. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I was reading a lot of their reviews about it, and it seems like a really interesting concept, but just the way it was implemented doesn't seem like it's that great.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely worth a playthrough rent if you could do that, but I don't know if it's worth buying. I mean, that's just opinion, obviously. So,
Yeah.
bring on the trolls. Bring on the trolls. I want to see some more trolls. We haven't seen enough trolls.
I mean, it's definitely gotten a lot of flack from the online community regarding the whole DLC debacle. So
Right.
it's
Right.
I think it
It's like
could have had a lot.
$140 for the whole thing, you know, for the game and DLC and all that.
Yeah.
I think that it could have I think the business approach could have been better.
You get 3 monsters in the beginning, and of course they're gonna be like, "Oh, here's the DLC. You get 3 more monsters and 3 more monsters." By that time, I'm gonna be done.
Yeah, I mean they were talking about like $15 for monster. Like that's just crazy.
That's stupid. I think that's the way all video games are going, though. I mean, it's getting to a point where you have to buy these DLCs if you really want to experience the full game anymore. You don't get a $60 game. I think that's maybe what we're not taking away from it, that these games are, you know, because the game price never really evolved. Like, it never got, you know, you buy a copy of a game for $60. It didn't, like, evolve and get, like, to a point where, you know, you're buying a game for $100. I mean, you have the option to buy it for $60 and then spend all this extra money if you want the full game, you know? It's like, it sucks. But at the same time, I mean, I guess it gives the poor people an option to want to buy the cheap version, and then, you know, if you actually like the game, then I guess you can spend more money and get the full game. But, yeah, I don't know.
It definitely seems what they did with Destiny, because
Right.
the way that they've implemented that, you know, occasionally the Nightfall on weekly or the Dark Below strike. Anyone who doesn't have the DLC can't do the Nightfall that week, which of course is going to alienate some of their base. Now, I think most people have gotten Dark Below. Like, Bungie hasn't come out with any numbers on what the adoption rate of Dark Below was, but you have to think it is fairly high, considering the lack of content that, you know, was already included in the game. But
Well, a lot of people bought the package deal too, you know, like, oh, this
Like
is a
the
10-year
season pass.
Right. This is like a 10-year franchise. Oh, we better get the first expansion, you know. At least see where it's going. And, you know, I drank the Kool-Aid, all about it.
Yep, I bought the season pass.
yeah, we all did ultimately. So
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It just seems like they're criminals anymore. People that make video games were supposed to love these people and, you know, want to be these kind of people that are creating these games. And to me anymore, it's just become a big business, and
it's always been a business.
Yeah, I know, but didn't you always? I don't know. To me, it felt like I don't know. I'm gonna see what this next Final Fantasy game looks like, and if there's a bunch of DLC and crap with that, I might just be done with those kind of games and just stick to grinding stuff like this, and just like Destiny and you know, just like pick one game and just grind on it nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
Save me $40 a month.
Gaming has changed into this multi-billion-dollar industry, so it's you know, you have these big mega corporations that are really just trying to capitalize on that and take as much of that pie as they can, and people will pay for it.
Mm-hmm. You hear that, consumer? You're an idiot.
what would be your sort of ideal thing, though? Like obviously you need to have some investment into the game that you're playing. So how do you, like, what's the ideal setup then? Like, obviously you need some, I guess, grind just to keep you interested.
Well, my ideal setup is something like what's going on with The Witcher 3. These guys, you know, busted their ass, created an awesome video game, and they're going to give us some of this DLC for free. Like, I don't see why, you know, wet our beak a little bit, you know, like, to evolve the first 3 monsters. Hey, how about the first ones that bought the game, or, you know, got it, you know, special order, whatever you want to say, get the first 3 monsters free, or, you know, I don't know, just kind of like the Destiny, but you know, of course, you had to pay extra money for that too. So I don't know, man. Where does it end?
Well, I mean, I think that what DLC used to be, you know, go way back when they were called expansions and not DLC. It was they released a full pie, like a, you know, if you buy an apple pie, that you buy a full pie and then they would sell you additional slices. Whereas now it seems like they're making a pie and then cutting things out and then trying to sell you the rest of the pie that you originally thought you were paying for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. It feels like we're buying a game that has been pieced together just to make the consumer want to buy it, and then we're gonna fill in your pie all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean,
or overfill your pie maybe.
I mean, I think that there are good ways to do DLC. I mean, you look at a game like Evolve, for example. It's something that doesn't require constant development to get people engaged. So you don't have to have something to constantly grind. You don't have to have something to constantly unlock to get people to keep playing. I mean, look at Halo 2 and Halo 3. That game didn't need levels, or it didn't need stats to or weapons or attachments or anything crazy to grind to get people to play. People will play it because it's a fun game. So I mean, there's definitely an allure to feel progression, but it's not necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, but that's basically where we've gone with most of the big titles anymore. There's something to grind. I mean, Call of Duty, you can grind that, you know.
Yeah, you have to unlock all the guns and the attachments and everything.
I say screw that, bro. But, you know, I got a buddy who's been working on it since he got the game, and, you know, he's just constantly switching guns, and I'm just like, dude, I don't want to use the crossbow. The thing's a piece of crap. No one uses it. Why are you using it? You're killing us. You know, people that do like Claim Wars and stuff with us, or if it's a game that we absolutely need to win, they pull out a gun just because they're trying to get their cool looking ammo or armor or their gun different colors, whatever. I just irritated. I don't like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's one reason why I was so excited for the Master Chief Collection when it came out, because I knew it was going to be a great game to play that, you know, you don't have to grind, and you have everything unlocked right away, and that was, I mean, of course that turned out to be a disaster, but
how wrong we were.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, Halo is an example of a game that can be great without having any kind of grinding, and I wish more games would go back to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those days are gone, long gone. The consumer keeps buying these games, and these kids keep getting sucked into them and playing them as many hours as they do a day, and mommy and daddy keep buying them for them. They're going to continue to sell them, and we're screwed. It's almost, you know, like I'm 30, and you know, like 5 years. Am I going to really want to sit around and do this? I don't know. I'm getting tired of it already. I mean, I love video games. I love seeing something new and trying something new, but thank God for GameFly. I mean, after 2 weeks, I don't want to play the game anymore. Oh, wow, I just busted $60 out to buy this game, and now I don't want it anymore.
One thing that I found to take a break from that kind of feeling is to get one of the smaller indie games, like Never Alone and there was another really good one.
What's that light one with the
Child of Light?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of these small games that don't have that, but that are, you know, that are really compelling games to play that don't have a whole lot of grinding, and sometimes that's what you just gotta take that break from that constant grinding and play one of these smaller ones where it's a smaller development team that didn't have to answer to some huge studio to try to make the most money, they were making a game out of their own passion and out of their own direction, and it's really refreshing to see that, even if you're not seeing the top of the line graphics and biggest explosions it's it's nice to be able to see that kind of artistic side now and again.
Right.
Well, that's how things used to be.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of good games out there like that I think that if you get tired of the grind, just find a game like that and relax with it, and it's there's a lot of good ones to choose from.
Or, I mean, you could be like my little nephew and just watch Twitch all day and watch other people play games.
That's something I can't get into. I just can't do it. I can't watch other people play video games.
I can't do it either. I'm with you.
I will watch like tournaments every once in a while. I'll catch like the final round of a tournament, but I definitely can't just watch people on Twitch.
Oh, you don't like seeing these guys drop 50 DNA bombs in one night? No, I'm tired of watching these guys. I don't care. Anyway, but yeah, I mean that definitely brings us to an off-topic thing. I'd like to speak about this YouTuber speak for the casual majority of the pro minority. I believe so.
Yeah, we kind of touched on that last week a bit there.
I was gonna say, wait, I don't see that in the notes.
Oh,
What?
I got the
You
wrong.
were looking at the wrong notes.
I got the wrong one. Idiot. All right, moving on.
Well, yeah, it's
this is a
definitely-
comedy hour with NastyDestroyer.
Yeah, it does definitely seem that kind of reached the pinnacle of I guess the heyday of I guess what we can call traditional gaming, or at least how we grew up with it. And yeah, who knows how it's going to keep going. I saw a picture earlier this week, and it was basically just like you said about the pie there.
Yeah.
Basically, it was basically broke up a picture of the Mona Lisa. It said, "Okay, this was your game back in the day, and this is now your game now. It's all broken into 15 million different pieces, and all that."
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, we have to take the bad with the good. I mean, you look at some of the games and what they're doing. Especially the online components. I mean, there's a lot of great games out there that they're able to take advantage of the latest technologies and internet infrastructure that we couldn't get back then. So I mean, it's you can't have your cake and eat it too. If we're going to stick with food analogies and but I mean, I think that it's a trade-off.
yeah. Well, that's with anything in life, I guess. So why should gaming be any different? All right. Well, let's switch gears here. Let's get to the news. Not an overly heavy news week here, but let's start with a little bit of Call of Duty news because, well, some people are making a big deal of this, and when they're not, well, I guess when I don't think they really should be, but we got official word this week that Treyarch is going to be developing the new Call of Duty this year, and to which I say, duh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I don't think
seemed like a lot
was
of
a big surprise.
well, no, but again, it's like when the official announcement was made, it's like everyone's picking up on it, and
Yeah, I
I
mean-
don't get it personally, but
I mean, there are going to be a lot of news articles about it because it's clickbait. I mean, and you talk about a Call of Duty announcement, you're going to get traffic on your site. So even if it's
that's a good point.
non-news, then yeah.
By the way, the sky is blue,
Yeah.
grass is green, and Treyarch is developing the next Call of Duty.
Yeah, we're not going to see that cycle. We're not going to see that cycle disrupted as long as Call of Duty continues to see it continues to be the number one seller every single year.
Yeah,
I was surprised that they introduced Sledgehammer, but it's I don't. They're not
Wasn't
gonna get
surprising. I don't think that was too surprising in the end, because if you look at, 2 years is a rather short period of time to develop a game.
Absolutely.
And I think it really started to show, like the campaigns of the Modern Warfare series. A good player could bang those out in like 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I think that. I mean, even though it was still the number one selling game every year, I think they were experiencing a loss in mind share, and I think that was really all there was to it. But to me, it seems like from a business perspective, if it's selling that like hotcakes every year, then it's a risky decision to bring in fresh blood into the series. But I mean, it turned out all right for him, so I'm sure
Yeah, it has.
I'm sure that 3-year cycle will continue as long as people continue to buy Call of Duty en masse.
Well, that's pretty much all but guaranteed, I think. So.
Yeah.
And and Treyarch does have a big following in the community. World at War, I think, and Black Ops are definitely more highly regarded Call of Duties out there.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine the next one will be World at War. Or Black Ops, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's anybody's guess at this point. Some people are saying it's going to go back to World War II. Some people are saying it's going to be Black Ops 3. But yeah, we won't know, and they're keeping their cards pretty close to their chest, as I think as they should. You don't want to steal too much of Sledgehammer's thunder with Advanced Warfare just yet.
Yeah.
But by summer, we'll definitely have some details and have a title and all that kind of stuff. So. But yeah, Treyarch confirmed. Duh. All right, let's quickly talk some Halo, because 343 made a little announcement or a little update, I guess, and that beta patch that they were supposed to be releasing. Well, they're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. It was surprising that they would back out on it. I don't know. It seems like they're very wish-washy. They don't know what the hell they're doing. It's like they change as the wind blows.
Yeah. Which doesn't.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Wasn't it the whole reason they were doing it was so they could keep it in-house and try to do it? And isn't that what they did with it in the first place? And why it's all goofed up? I mean...
Well, I saw a post on Reddit where somebody was claiming that they were doing out of network testing, but it was like a closed invite to friends and family. But it wasn't confirmed, obviously. It could have been just some Joe Schmo on the internet, but so there are rumors that they are still doing it like out in the wild, but just invite only and keeping it very hush hush. But like reading their blog post, it makes sense. I mean, if doing a beta was going to substantially delay the release of it to the public, then and it was going to, because I mean, it's not like doing a beta for a game that's not out, because if it makes delaying the game, then that's one thing. But since the game's already out, it's a broken product, and so you don't want to delay fixing that broken product.
Yeah. No, true enough. And yeah, I definitely understand that. But
yeah, I mean, I just hope they can get the adequate testing to make it fixed once and for all, and make the game actually enjoyable and playable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the goal here, and yeah, like the whole scenario has just kind of been really messed up right from the get-go, and it really makes you wonder, okay, do these guys actually really know what they're doing with all the issues that they've had, and is it worthwhile for them to be, to still be, is having a beta, not a bad idea just to get it, make sure that it works before it works, so, but I guess they feel they have the necessary information, I guess, to make it work in-house, so power to them, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll report on that as soon as we get some more information, but I don't think that we're going to get anything until it actually goes out.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to release any information on it.
No, probably not. There's a rumor going around that Microsoft is not too happy with 343 with all this bundled, stuff that they've done with the Master Chief Collection, and the rumors kind of making the rounds that that they want Bungie back to do some of this, to kind of fix it, or I don't know, get them back involved and all that. So
Yeah, I mean, I saw Sam posted something like that in the Halo chat, but I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything out there to substantiate that. But I don't know. They can't get Bungie back. I mean, it's if they want to or not, it's not going to happen. Bungie has a deal with Activision to work on Destiny for 10 years, so it's not like they can. Destiny is a massive commitment from Bungie, so it's not even like they can partition their studio and work on both at the same time.
No, exactly. Yeah, I think it'd be great. And I think even if Microsoft did want them back, Bungie, fought tooth and nail to, for their independence from Microsoft, and to go back just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I mean, I think that it's also a lot of things that the Bungie lost a lot of people that did Halo, so I mean, it's not the same Bungie as it was. I don't think that needs to happen. I think that they need to reevaluate Halo 5, and from what we saw from the beta, Halo 5 is shaping up to be substantially different than what Halo 4 was and what Master Chief was. So I don't know. I mean, the Halo franchise is definitely on thin ice as it is. If they can manage to release Halo 5 successfully, then I imagine that they'll gain confidence back from the fan base, and 343 will be able to continue on without much disruption. But if it's another blundered release, then I imagine Microsoft's going to have to take some action to just gut that entire studio.
Yeah, which would be unfortunate because obviously you never want to see these things happen.
No, I mean, I disagree that it would be unfortunate. I mean, it's something that has to be done. Like you can't just let them go, unchecked and releasing shit games.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I meant that. It's that you don't want to see, you never want to see people lose their jobs unless it's absolutely, fully required. And maybe it is. Like, who knows? I'm not in the trenches with them, and I'm just seeing it from the outside. And yeah, they definitely have had their share of problems. So yeah, maybe they do need to, kick these guys in the ass a bit, but not my call ultimately. So.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
I actually want to bring something up here real quick, and I'm thinking, hypothetically, of course, what happens if, and obviously this would be Sam's amazing dream that Bungie would come back to Halo, but let's say Activision decides to cut Destiny and not do the huge cycle of 10 years or whatever. I'm sure they've got some outs and stuff. I mean, it's a huge company. I mean, for them to, just basically cut ties with them, and then they could go back to Microsoft, especially if 343 continues to ruin the Halo name. I mean, I don't...
I mean, they can't, though. They're on contract with Activision. Activision would just gut them and take them to court. I mean, they can't. Yeah, I don't think they can just break contract with Activision.
What if Activision? I'm sure you don't think that with Activision and how big they are that there was not some stipulations, like if Destiny doesn't pick up after so long and continue to scale and do better and actually have that 10-year follow through.
I mean,
we can drop you in a heartbeat, and
in that kind of agreement, Activision would have the ability to drop Bungie, but Bungie wouldn't be able to drop Activision.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I mean,
I don't think Bungie is, or I don't think Destiny is in a position that it's hurting.
I don't either, but I'm just saying, if that hypothetically would happen, and Destiny wasn't this. Activision thought they could drop them in a heartbeat, and then
I mean, I got what you're saying. Yeah, I'm sure that Activision would be able to have some sort of out if Bungie failed to perform, but.
Right. And then Bungie could, tuck tail and run back to Microsoft if needed.
I don't think they would, though, even if they did.
If they could, I mean, I don't know, man. If they screw the pooch on Destiny, in the next couple of years, I don't know. We're not going to talk about this anymore because Sam will probably be sending us hate mail soon if we're talking about going under and stuff like that. So. that, and he'll also be crafting theories on how Bungie can go back to Microsoft and fix Halo. So we're done talking about it. Hey, Shawn, you still awake in there?
Oh man, I'm here, dude. I'm just listening to you guys. Just listening to you guys.
I know, I'm just messing with you, bro.
Nah, you're good, man.
I mean, you can always peep up. You know, there's
I can't really. I've never really played Halo, so I can't really say much about.
Oh.
I mean, I played
You
with
said you had a
some
360.
friends. Well, yeah, I did, but I never really. I played it a little bit, but you know, it's something I can never really get into that much. But
No worries. I'm just yanking your chain, bro.
don't yank it too hard, man.
All right, we're getting off on a tangent now.
All right, well, let's just a little bit of Destiny news this week as well. Update this week, basically going into some little bit of detail about the to the further patch. That's sort of the next patch is coming. That's 1.1.1. We saw the weapon tuning update last week. This week they're talking about you're going to be able to check your faction and vendor rep in game now in the menu.
Oh my god, I think I might just go back and play the game now.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it is a good thing. It's going to save you a little bit running around in the tower.
No, I mean, I'm dead serious. Like, that was one of the biggest reasons I did not want to play, because I couldn't tell where the hell my faction was unless I had to go back to the tower and look at the, go to the faction person. It's just a pain in the butt.
You can look it up in Smart Glass now. They had to have
really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what would actually bring me back to Destiny. If they got some damn clan support like I thought they would.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because then I'd get back on there, bust my ass to recruiting with the rest of you guys. Just like, it wouldn't be that hard to get our group back up and running really strong. And
oh, we got a solid.
we got a good group. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to diminish it at all. I'm just saying that if we had freaking clan support, it'd be better. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that if there was more things to do as a clan in the game, then there'd be more incentive for people to join a clan. But I mean, if you play, the vast majority of people you play with don't have a tag at all, because there's really no reason to join a clan.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep working on that, won't we, Keith?
Yeah, we will.
Indeed.
One thing I wanted to touch on, kind of going back to the update here, and probably noticed over the last little bit that the update's kind of been that's a little bit more, let's say, puffy. Not a lot of information in there. The biggest news we got, from Destiny lately was Luke Smith's post on NeoGAF there a few weeks back now, and it just seems that the best information coming out of Bungie isn't coming out of the official update, and it's starting to wear on a little people. And I got a link to a great article that was posted on Kotaku. Basically, I kind of have some similar grievances.
You love that website, don't you?
I don't actually.
That seems like every article about Destiny you post is from that website.
I was going to agree with that.
I think they're good. I think this guy, he's the guy who's been writing a lot of these articles. He is a fan of the game, and I think that he's in the trenches there with us. He has a lot of the same complaints. This is not just some guy who played it just for the sake of a review. When it released, and he didn't call it a day. Then he's kept playing, and I think at that point you have earned the right to have to have a few grievances with the game. And at any rate, I thought it was a great article. I encourage everyone to check it out because it's actually really good. And I kind of hope that in the end we start seeing a little bit more substance from the updates. But I'll jump off my soapbox now. But I think that pretty much wraps things up on my end. You guys got anything like to throw in here?
Yeah, I'd like to add something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to call out. I know that I haven't been that active in the chats and everything recently. I've been working on a personal project with a couple of friends of mine. I'm not really ready to go into details as to what it is or anything like that, so I'm not ready to talk about it at that level. But It is Destiny related, and it's a website that we're working on. So hopefully I'll be able to share it with everybody, the next few weeks. I mean, we put a lot of time and effort into it, so that's where a lot of my effort's been at the moment. So that's why my visibility has tapered off for a bit. So I hope you guys will forgive me for that.
Totally understand, and now people understand that little bitty remark I made a little earlier. Keith, we still got to work on it, man.
Oh yeah.
Got to keep working on it. But yeah, so I have a question for Shawn, since you're the new guy. Have you guys actually got Crota down on hard yet?
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
Yeah, we did.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we did.
I heard it was tough, but still doable, pretty much like the normal.
Yeah, I mean, big thing is just the little mistakes at the wrong time. Like, you just can't have those little mistakes, and those little mistakes just kill you, especially when you're at Crota. I mean, it's just you can't have it, and I mean, it is what it is. But
right on. Well, at least you got it down, and that's definitely. I mean, I'm sure that we're even going to have less people that play Destiny actually kill Crota than they did, and killing Atheon and Vault of Glass. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, pat yourself on the back, man. I'm sure it's an accomplishment in this game. I mean, I don't have it personally, but we killed it on normal with the group that I ran with in the first week, and we kind of fell. Well, I fell off the bandwagon, and then a couple other guys in the group kind of just said, "All right, we're done."
well, I mean, to be honest though, like this DLC, the Dark Below, like the weapons, in my opinion, are junk, and there's really no good incentive to even do it on hard mode. There's really, I mean, yeah, you can say you did it, but you don't get anything good, or when you beat on hard mode. So that shader's a piece of crap. But I mean, so it's like,
oh, come on, it glows blue. Come on.
No, it looks like crap on my Titan. It looks awful, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. But so I'm like, that's why a lot of us, we haven't been raiding in a while, because there's we have everything we want. We don't need anything. So
right.
We're just waiting for this next one to release, but now we don't even know when that's going to be released. So
right.
We'll see.
Yeah, I keep hearing about how they're pushing it back. It's definitely not good.
No, it's definitely not.
Playing, and I don't see myself playing anytime soon. So
yeah, especially if it comes out in June, that's gonna be ridiculous. Like that's just nuts. And
that would pretty much be the worst decision that they could make if they push it to June.
If they push it to June, then I guarantee you there's gonna be thousands of people who quit, because I'll be one of them. So I mean, I hope this next DLC is a lot better than this one. So.
Right.
We'll see.
And maybe that's why they're pushing it back and taking their time a little bit more. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hate on any company that delays their product to make it better. So
yeah,
I have to agree with that.
I heard there was leaked stuff about the next DLC, and so that's why they're pushing it back. I heard they're making a small patch to this one, or like they're adding on to the Dark Below, not much, but then what is it, House of the Wolves? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yes, and
that one they're adding even more content to it than originally. So they're doing that because I don't know, somebody leaked some crap about it, about what's gonna contain it, or what's containing it, and I guess Bungie was pissed, so they said, well, we're gonna scratch that and we're gonna push it back. So
well, I don't think that really is accurate. I mean, there was somebody that grabbed some data from the files.
Mm-hmm.
They were just doing data mining and found just old assets and everything, and they posted a bunch of pictures and everything, and Deidre even responded to that. So is that what you're talking about, like that leak of data?
I'm not sure exactly, to be honest. I have a couple friends that has been like looking into that stuff, but I'm just going based off what they said, and like, you know, the whole rumor mill of why they released it, and now they don't even really know when it's going to be released. So I mean, people can just start saying some crazy shit now because it's, you know, getting pushed back, and as to why it's being pushed back. So
Yeah,
I guess
it's all up in the air at this point.
only time will tell, man. So I mean, it could be a month and a half, or like shit. If it's June, I bet you there's gonna be a bunch of people that are done by then.
I think it stands to reason that, like, I think, you know, E3 is usually beginning of June, isn't it?
Yeah, and well, E3 is normally, wait, is it May or June? I think
It's June.
It's June. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's June. I think it's early June.
I mean, I don't imagine that they're going to release a DLC in June, because I imagine June is going to be focused on their E3 announcement of Comet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would imagine
That's exactly right.
that the next DLC is probably going to be coming in either March or April.
I was thinking more of probably April. That's what I'm guessing is.
Well, I think we can all agree that we hope it's soon.
Yeah.
Because there's not much to do in Destiny right now.
Yeah, and there's no point in really playing it for right now.
Yep.
I honestly think that May is going to be the time.
I
think, not that I want it to be May, I would, of course, rather it be sooner,
yeah,
but
not
I think May is probably going to be the time, because then for their E3 announcement, they can say, hey, we just released, you know, House of Wolves, look at all these fun things we've done. Oh yeah, by the way, here's this big thing we're planning for the fall. I think it would tie in probably better. I mean, not tie in better, but it probably would make a more effective thing for them to do.
May be too far out as well. Especially, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see whenever.
I think it's safe to say that every one of us will end up picking into probably $15, and we'll be like, oh yeah, I already put enough time into this. Might as well put some more.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well.
So yeah, good session.
Yeah. All right, well, let's wrap things up. OriginalGuardians.net is the website. You can find us on Facebook, Original Guardians, on Twitter @OGuardians, Google+, just search + Original Guardians. We'll be back next week as usual. Links in the show notes. So check those out if you would like. And I think with that, we will sign off for the week here.
All right, see you guys.
See you
guys.
Thanks for listening. Catch you next week.